Hi everyone, welcome back to Kayla Academy. So today we are going to talk about statistics. Okay, so statistics, you have learned about this one. I mean, not you have heard about this one like all the time. And they use statistics to do this analysis, do that analysis, including this slide. I'm also doing some kind of analysis about SPM at math. Okay, so based on the past data, okay, then we analyze it and tell you how many questions are most likely to be coming out and how many marks are allocated most likely, okay. And it's not a holy grail, okay. So there's nothing that's certain that you can predict the future, okay. It's just an estimation as well as this one, all right. So for this chapter, for paper 1, there will be either 1 or 2 questions normally, okay, and paper 2 usually there is no question. But this one is like not to say usually it's like totally no questions. This one it's also like 30% chance that it's going to come out, okay. So it's about like 6 to 8 marks if there is no paper 2, and paper 1 normally 1 to 2 questions, 6 to 8 marks. If let's say there's paper 2 as well, okay, then they will add up to be equals to about 11 marks, okay, in total for the whole thing. This is 2017, okay, this is 2017 SPM additional math. We actually have this conclusion, okay, based on our analysis, based on our statistics, okay. This one is quite likely to be coming out for 2017 paper 2. Okay, so our prediction is that it's just like for reference only. One question in paper 1 and also one question in paper 2. So total it will add up to be about 10 to 11 marks. That's our estimation. Okay, because like normally when examiners set questions, they will have some kind of like a periodicity. Okay, let's say I set this in paper 2 for 1 year, then I stop for 2 years, then I set it again like in that year, okay, and so on. So this is the pattern that we observe. It's about time that it's gonna be in paper 2 again. Okay, that's why we say you have to focus both in paper 1 and paper 2 for this chapter. Okay, is it difficult? How do you prepare this chapter? I would say you have to first do some homework. Okay, do the homework, follow our flow, do some homework. Okay, then keep in mind with the things first. Okay, if you don't remember the formula, it's totally fine at this moment. Okay, anyway, the formulas will be also provided in the exam. But what you need to know is that you need to know how to solve at the very beginning. Okay, then you know how to solve now. After 2 weeks, if you don't do this one, you will totally forget everything, kind of. Okay, but when you recall, there should be enough time for you to prepare for this one. Okay, so because there are a lot of different categories, so you need to be very clear. Oh, this formula is used in here. This formula is used in here. In the exam, the formula sheet won't be telling you so much detail. Okay, so what do? Prepare, do homework first before exam. About like 1 month or 3 weeks before exam, you take back this one. Try to do it without using the formula sheet. Okay, although it's provided for you, try not to use it and try to memorize and see which category you use which formula. Okay, that's what I want to say here. Okay, today is going to be a short one, so I'm just going to talk about a little bit before we start. Okay, for measurements, we have measures of central tendency. So what are those? Those are mean, mode, and median. So let's say mean, what does it mean? Average, something like that. Okay, so mode means what? The highest value. Median means the middle value. Okay, things like that. Okay, measure of dispersion. Okay, so this one you have variance, standard deviation, range, and interquartile range. Okay, what is this about? Actually, this is very important. Okay, if you are kind of like you won't be trading stocks, but I'm telling you in the stock story. Okay, measures of dispersion. Okay, let's say if you have a stock that goes up like $1, 10 cent, okay, 10 cent every single month. Okay, so that's not very bad. Okay, so 10 cents every month. It's quite stable every time, also 10 cents, maximum 20 cents and so on. Okay, and another stock which goes up and down by 10 cents every day. So for measure of dispersion, you talk about the standard deviation, how much it deviates from the mean, means how much it fluctuates away from the mean. So if let's say the standard deviation is high, means that it's not that stable in the sense that it fluctuates more. Okay, let's say you have two students, they are meant to send for a competition. Then one student, the marks that he scores is having standard deviation lower, and the other one is higher, but the average are the same. Who do you want to pick? You want to pick the one with a lower standard deviation. Why? Because he's more consistent. Okay, the deviation from the mean is not that much. Okay, so that's what I want to mention here. Okay, so we'll dive into the content later about how to calculate and so on. Now I'm just gonna like tell you what's happening now. Okay, right? Okay, then for data, in SPM we separate into ungroup and group. I mean, this is not for SPM only. This is for general one. Okay, in SPM, three types of question will be coming up. One is ungroup without frequency table, meaning that it gives you something like this one, like a bunch of numbers. Those are those data values. The other one, they might give you in a frequency table, but this one is still considered as ungrouped data. Okay. Then the third one here is classified into categories. So with class interval, meaning that I have some certain range here, like 20 to 29 and so on. Then I label down what's the frequency. So I group them into something already. Okay. And just although I write class interval here, it doesn't mean that this is class interval. Class interval for this case will be 19.5 to 29.5. Okay, later we will learn that. So you don't have to be worried about this. Okay, right. So, hi. Let's continue on the measures of central tendency for ungrouped data. Okay, so we are going to split into ungrouped data and group data, and we discussed it separately so that you get a feel for ungrouped data. Then later on, you study group data. All right. Then eventually, what you can do is that you look at all of them. Okay. You write them in a piece of paper and compare them. Okay. Then you see the difference and similarities. All right. Let's dive in. Okay. Measures of central tendency. So still remember what is measure of central tendency? Mean, mode, and median. Okay. What does mean? What does mean mean? The average number. Okay. It means the average number. Okay, formula is given by this. Don't get shocked by this thing here. This thing here, it's a summation. This thing here, it's summation. Okay. What does it mean? It means that, let's say x for this one is your data value. Let's say my data value is 1, 2, 2, 5, 7. Okay. These are my data value. So these are my x. Okay. So this sum of x, what does it mean? It means you add 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 5 plus 7. That's what it means by this. Okay, sum of all the data values. Okay, what is this n? Capital N means the number of data in your set. Okay, so this is 5. Okay, mode. What is mode? Mode just means the number that occurs most frequently. Okay, here out of this 5, which one appears most frequently? 2, correct? 2 appeared twice. Okay, so mode is 2. Okay, next, median. Median, like middle. Okay, it means the middle value. Okay, so you have to arrange the data in ascending order from small to big. Then it's the middle one, middle value. So for this case, what's the middle one? It's very easy to see. Even the kid can see that it's 2. Okay, middle one. All right, that's how we do it. And there will be different formula for different for group and ungrouped data, and also group and also the one with frequency table, slightly different, but quite similar. Okay, so you got to be very careful. Okay, so let's talk about one example on ungroup data. This one actually we have gone through right just now. Okay, I think you can do it already. Okay, so let's do this. If you want to find the mean, what does it mean? I want to find the average. If you want to find the average, means what you do? You take sum of all these values, divide by capital N. For this case, capital N is what? 5. Okay, so divide by 5 is equal to 4. Easy stuff, man. You get your marks. Okay, mode. What is the mode here? Mode is 3 because you look at this. This one appears twice. Okay, 3 appears twice. Okay. Alright. Then next, if you sort in ascending order. Okay. Now you see median. If you directly find from here, it's wrong, right? If you take the middle value from here, it's wrong, right? Okay. Why? Because you haven't sorted. This one in ascending order. You have to sort it first. Okay. So we sort it in ascending order. Sorry. This one mode means it occurs most frequently. Okay. This ascending order will be 2, 3, 3, 5, 7. Okay. Then what's a median? Easy. 3. Middle value. So you get 3 for that. Okay. No problem for that. Okay. So median. This is for ungroup without frequency table. So when you find median, instead of going to look at this one, like if there are like 100 or 101 data point here, then how are you going to like go and chop off at somewhere and try to find the middle one? So for that case, we need some formula to guide us. Okay, for that case, let's say now I have 101 data point. Then what will be my data value? So if I have n equals to 101, then median will occur at how many data points? So let's see, 101 plus 1, so it's 102 divided by 2. So TH, this one gives you 51st. Okay. The 51st data point will be my median. Okay, let's look at this one. Okay, capital N is equal to 5. Okay, so 5 plus 1 is 6, divided by 2 is 3. Okay, 3 here. So it's the third data value. Which one is the third data value? 1, 2, 3. So this is third. Okay, that's how we calculate this. If the data given are large or in some cases you can't see visually like this, just sort it out and so on. Okay, that's how we do it. All right. Okay, let's do the next one. Here's an example here. So pause the video and try this before we solve this for you. Okay, let's solve it now. So you are given a set of data with 8 data points. Then you want to find the mean, which means average. So you add up these 8 of them, then divided by 8. So you get 5 for the answer. Okay. For mode, what do we see? We see the highest occurrence, which means that 2 here appears twice, and 6 here appears twice. So the mode will be 2 and 6 for this case. Let's say 2 appears 3 times and 6 appears 2 times. Then you would have only one mode, which is 2. But for this case, it's a special one, which you have 2 modes. Okay, move on to the next one. If you sort them in ascending orders, then you'll be given by this 2, 2, 3, 5, 6, 6, 7, 9. Okay. By the way, if you do mode in this way, it will be easier to see, right? Okay. Everything that is the same number would be like sitting side by side. Okay. So it's easier to see. So if you are given an ungrouped data without a frequency table, then it's better that you start off with writing it in an ascending order. Okay, so now we want to find what? We want to find median. So there are a few ways that you can do it. You can do it in this way, which means that you're taking the formula m plus 1 divided by 2, then the that position, what is the data? Okay, so for this case, our n is 8, so m plus 1 will be 9. Okay, 9 divided by 2 is 4.5. So what do we do here? It's 4.5. It's not the whole number. So 4.5 somewhere here. So what do? We take this one, okay? 5 plus 6 divided by 2. That's what we do here. All right? Do you have any problem with this? Okay. Next, we're going to look at this ungrouped data with frequency table. So it's a separation here. Previous one is ungrouped data without frequency table. Now we are given a frequency table, but it's still ungrouped because there's no class interval. Okay. So what does this first line means? Means there are 5 players who score 1 point. Okay. Then second one, this one means there are 2 players who score 2 points, and the last one, there is 1 player who scores 5 points. Okay, that's what it means here. Okay, what you can do is to find the mean. Okay, how do you find the mean? Okay, so first of all, if I ask you which one is which one, you have data value x and you have frequency f. Which one is which one? Points will be x, right? Okay, the data value. Okay, this one means what? Frequency of this one happening. So if you treat this one as ungrouped data without frequency table, how will it look like? It will look like this: 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Then 2, 2, because it occurs twice. Then this one, comma 3. Then 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, and 5. Okay, so this is how it would look like. Okay, if you do it in ungrouped data without frequency table. Okay, so now if it's frequency table, the mean is given by what? X bar is equals to sum of f times x, okay, divided by sum of the frequency. Okay, sum of the frequency. All right, so now what do you have here? Mean will be multiplying all of them, then divided by the total number of players. Okay, correct? Does it make sense or not? If you have total number of points here, it's actually like there are 5 players who scores 1 point. So in total here there are 5 points. There are 2 players who score 2 points. In total there are 4 points here. So in total we need to divide by what? The number of players, right? So now the frequency. Okay, the frequency. All right, so now we divide by this 15. Okay, divide by this 15. So what we get? 41 divided by 15. And if you want to find the mode, what do? Mode means highest occurrence. Which one is highest occurrence? The 5, 6. Okay, this is highest occurrence. But what do? You look for the 4 here. It's not this thing. You are looking for the values that happens most frequently, not the number of players here, then you write 6 here. It's the point x. It's not frequency that you're looking for. So you should be writing mode equals to 4. Okay, next. If you are looking for median, what do? The middle value. So how do I know whether this is a middle value or not? So what's my capital N here? It's 15. Okay, so 15 plus 1 divided by 2, I get 16 divided by 2, which is 8. Okay, correct? This is the 8th data point. Where is the 8th data point? Okay, first of all, 1 to 5th is here. Then 6 to 7th is here. Then 8 is here. This is the 8th data point. So do you take 1? No, you take 3. Okay, so this one will give you 3 as the answer. Okay, are you clear? Okay, you're fine, right? Okay, just that first one is given. If it's given in a formula form, you might not be able to get it. So what do? You just think of this one as multiply everything, then divide by the total number of objects or frequency or players or so. Okay, then you will get the mean for that. Okay, again, mode, highest frequency or most commonly occurring. Okay, so it will be where? Okay, it will be the one with 4. Okay, 6 here, then it's 4. Okay, look at the data value. Median use the formula because it's still ungrouped data. So you'll be still using the same one. Okay, divide by 2, and you look for which one is the 8th position and look at the value itself. No problem? Okay? It's your time to try. Okay? It's homework time. Okay? You can try this one. Alright? And answers are provided here. Okay? Just copy down the question or just do it when you pause the video. Okay? Then we'll discuss it. Okay? So let's move on. Let's discuss the answers. So you have these data points. Mean means add everything up, divided by 9. So you get this one. Mode. So I better sort it in order first. Then I look at it. Which one occurs most frequently? 14, 2 times. 17, 2 times. Other all 1 time. So it's 14 and 17. So if you want to find median, it's a middle value. Okay. So this one, you want to balance it. You want to balance it. Right hand side there are 5 things. Left hand side there are right hand side there are 4 things. Left hand side there are 4 things. So middle value is 14. Okay. So if you want to do it in another way, how do you do it? 9 plus 1 divided by 2, which gives you equals to 5. So 5th value is the median. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this is the middle value. Okay, median. Very easy. No problem. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, consider data point. This is this. Okay, why am I setting like another one? Okay, because this is slightly different. Because the n is 8 now. Okay, no problem with this. No problem with this. Only problem is here. Okay, so this one mean add up divided by n, capital N. Okay, so this one is n. Then you get 11.25. Then mode. Then I count from here easier. Okay, 9 occurs most frequently. So 9 is a mode. Then how about median? I use the formula, and I use the formula. What do I get? Why I say it's this one? Okay, if I write it out nicely, okay, then I see. How do I do it? You see, 2, 2, 2, 2. So this one is the middle, right? Correct. So here you have 4. Here you have 4. So middle already. But middle is not pointing at a value. So what do? I take 9 plus 11 divided by 2, which gives me 20 divided by 2, which is 10. Right? Okay, so now formula time. We use formula to solve it. So formula tells us that it's n plus 1 divided by 2. Okay? Okay, th, because it's not this value, is the maybe it's a 5th value or what. Okay, n is what? 8 plus 1, 9. 9 divided by 2, which means that it's 4.5. Okay, what's 4.5? 1, 2, 3, 4. Then this is 5. 4.5 means this value plus this value add up divided by 2, which is the same as what we did here. Okay, that's why I have 2 different types of question for you. One is an even one is an odd one, and so on. Okay, no problem. Let's move on. Okay, so ungrouped data, right? It's still ungrouped data, right? Okay, ungrouped data with frequency table. It's the same as ungrouped data without frequency table, just that it's nicer to write in this way. So if you want to find the mean, what do? Multiply, 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 multiply. Eventually divide by what? Frequency. All this thing you add up, and it gives you 50. So this whole thing multiply, key in your calculator, and you get 10.2. That's your mean. And what's mode? Mode occurs most frequently. Which one? 11. So it goes back to 11. So it's 11 here. So this 11 is not this 11. It's this 11. Okay, because of this. Okay, most the highest that. Okay, then you get that value. Median. Then I look at this one, and I look at this one. Just now we found this. This is n. Okay, n is 50. So it's 51 divided by 2. So it means what? 51 divided by 2, what do you get? You get 25.5. Okay, so middle. So now I have to count 1 to 3, 4 to 8, 9 to 17, 18 to 27. So 25.5 data value which lies in here, okay, here. Then you move it here, you look at here, not looking at here, so it's 10. So answer will be 10. Okay, one more way is that later on you will be learning cumulative frequency. So what does cumulative frequency means? It means that I write here cumulative frequency. Okay, so here cumulative, here is until 3. Then here is until 8, right? Because like this is the first to 8 data, so this one is until 8. So how about here? This is 8 plus 9, so it's 17. Then 17 plus 10, 27, and plus 11, 38. Then plus 9, this is 47. Then plus 3 is 50. So this last one will mean the end. And what does this mean? Means that up to this point, it's the first to the 17 data. Okay? Up to this point is the first to the 8 data. Up to this point is the first to the 3rd data. Okay? So now, if I want to find 25.5 data point, that value lies in between where? If I say this one, then it's wrong, right? Because up to here is already 27 data. Up to here is the 27 to 38 data. So I should be looking at the category that has the number bigger than this value, and also the next category of this, the number that is smaller than this one. So I'm looking at this one here. Okay? Then I have to make sure that is this value 10. Okay? We'll learn more about this one, cumulative frequency. Okay? So let's do this one later, and we move on for the next one. Okay, same thing here. I'm given here like frequency table. This is still ungrouped data. Mean, multiply everything, then plus the total frequency. It's 50 again, and the answer is 9.4. Mode is 9 because you look at here, the highest value is this one. Not looking at this one, I'm looking at this one. 9 means this. Okay, mode. Median, so total is 50, so it's again 25.5 data point. Okay, so I'm looking at here. Okay, if I do the same thing, cumulative should be 2m frequency. Okay, then here 8, this 17, then this one 17 plus 11, 28, 28, then this is 37, then this is 40, then this is 50. Okay, then I know this is my n. You just have to make sure that you add up and you get the same amount. I mean, not add up here. Is this amount is equal to the add up of this, all this. Then you look at this, 25.5. It must be this one, right? Okay, it must be this one. Okay, this is everything before 28. Okay, this is everything before 17. So it must be in this category. Okay, in this category, I look at this value. It's 9, so it's here. Okay, 9 is the median. All right. Okay, it's not very hard, right? Okay, this is 7.1 ungrouped data. We will drop by and talk about the group data later on. All right, see you. Bye. Hi, welcome to the new episode of me. Not really. Okay, so 7.1 measures of central tendency for group data. Last time we talked about ungrouped data. How many categories are there? 2. One is the one without frequency table, easy one, like a lot of numbers. The other one is with frequency table, all nicely written. You have to just multiply them together and divide by the total frequency to get the mean. All right, so and so on. Okay, so we are still in measures of central tendency, means mean, mode, median. Boring. All right, let's move on. Group data basics. First of all, group data is the data that has already been categorized into classes. Okay, be careful about these words. Okay, so now this one we have age group and also the frequency for something. Okay, something that happens. Okay, so I'm not going to write down the long story about this whole thing. Just going to give you an illustration. Okay, this is not class interval. Class interval is 9.5 to 19.5. Okay, for that, if there is some gap here, then it will be the 9.5 to 19.5. That's your class interval. Okay, but okay, now I shall just skip that one first. Okay, so model class is the class with highest frequency. Okay, so you know what that means, right? Okay, I'm just talking about model class. It's not mode. Mode, we haven't talked about it. We will teach you how to do it later. Okay, this is just the class that contains the mode. Okay, and mean, this one, it looks like the same as the one with frequency table. Okay, this formula looks exactly like the one for the one with ungrouped data with frequency table, except this thing here. X here is the class midpoint. What does it mean? Just now we said this one, the class should be 9.5 to 19.5. Then 9.5 and 19.5, how do you find the midpoint? You just add them up and divide it by 2. So you will get the class midpoint for this one. But I want to say this, even if you take 10 plus 19 divided by 2, you will still get the class midpoint. Okay, so it's the same. Class midpoint is easy to find, but then class, what does it mean? Is the 9.5 to 19.5. Okay, just be careful about this. And what you do, you multiply this frequency with the class midpoint. Like for this case, what is the class midpoint? 19, let's say you do this way, yeah? 10 is equal to 29. 29, then 29 divided by 2, is, okay, midpoint, right? Midpoint. So it's equal to 14.5. So for this case, it will be 3 times 14.5 plus 10 times 24.5 plus 7 times 34.5. Then what you do? Divide by the total frequency. Total frequency for this one will be 20. Okay, we'll look at an example right now. Okay, so find the model class. Model class, not mode. Okay, just the class with that consists of the mode. Okay, that contains the mode. Okay, do this. So what do we do? This one has the highest frequency. So the model class is the class with 50 to 59. Okay, you can answer this. Okay, so next, mean. Mean, what we do? Sum of frequency times the midpoint. So divide by sum of the frequency. So here, what we do, I'm just explaining what is it. This is summation, okay? Summation of this one, frequency, and class midpoint. This one, be careful. And what I do, I find the midpoint first. You can do 30 plus 39 divided by 2, so you get 34.5, okay, and so on. All right, then you multiply, a lot of stuff here, then divided by the total frequency, add them up. Okay, then you get a value. That value is 56.44. That's your mean. It's never going to be, so the number not going to be very nice, okay? So you can take up to 4 decimal places. Okay, normally you can find like 2 decimal places, should be fine. Okay, so if you want to be more precise, or you just look at the question, whether it says 4 decimal places or 2 decimal places. All right, so let's move on to the next one. Median formula for group data, you get confused. Okay, you get very scared. Okay, get ready. It's this disgusting stuff. All right. What is this? Okay, never mind, it's fine. Okay, so let's look at it. I'm just going to tell you what is everything. Okay, then later on you just follow what I say. Okay, and do it. Okay, if you see one example, you probably should be fine, right? Okay, L is the lower boundary of the median class. Okay, lower boundary of the median class. So if you have a median class, right, you know n divided by 2, right? Okay, median class, it's given by n divided by 2, right? Okay. Previously, what we have, median is n plus 1 divided by 2. That's for ungrouped data. This one, you're talking about median class. So you just need to know where is the half value. Okay, you just need to know the class, not the value itself now. Okay, so median class is n divided by 2. So you identify which class it is in. Okay, then that class, you take the lower boundary. So let's say just now, it's like from 9.5 to 19.5. So 9.5 is the lower boundary of that class. Okay, let's move on to the next one. N is the total frequency, you know already. Okay, N is the total frequency. You add up all the frequency there, then it's total frequency. Okay, so F, capital F, is the cumulative frequency. Oh, I spelled wrong last class, right? Okay, I spelled double M in there. Okay, my fault. Okay, cumulative frequency before median class. So you have that median class, then before the median class, what's the cumulative frequency up to there before the median class? Okay, it's okay. I don't think you know it now. Okay, let's move on to the example later. Then you see what's happening here. Okay, just remember before I highlighted this as well. Okay, Fm. This you see F. Okay, without capital letter means the frequency. With a capital F, it means cumulative frequency. Okay, this one Fm means the frequency of the median class. So you have median class like 9.5, 19.5. That class, what is the frequency? Let's say there are 5 of them. So the answer will be 5 for this. Okay. All right. Last one. C is the size of the median class. Means upper boundary minus lower boundary for that median class. Okay. Very simple. Okay. Let's move on. An example here to find median. Okay. That's like a full example to show you how to use the formula just now. So I'm going to put the formula here. And first thing, if you want to find median, we construct an additional column. That column is cumulative frequency. Okay, this one is up to 3. This one is this one will be the 4th to the 10th value. Okay, this one consists of the 4th to the 10th value. So up to here, in total, there are 10 data points, right? Okay, and up to here there are 21 data points. So you cumulate it, right? Okay, so this one is 31 and this is 36. Okay, so this value will be the n, right? This value will be the n, total frequency. Okay, then what we do here, we do class interval. Okay, class interval. So like I said just now, this is 29.5, 39.5. You get this one. Okay. Then this is 39.5, 49.5, then all of this, okay? So you can do this one. And do you know what is the class midpoint now? This one minus this one, this one plus this one divided by 2. It's the same as this one plus this one divided by 2, you get it? It's the same, right? Okay, because differ by the same thing, so it should be the same. Alright? But in the exam, it's better that you write this one, okay? But it's fine. Okay, so n divided by 2 will be this total one, then divided by 2, which I told you already, 36 divided by 2, which is 18. Then this 18 is what? 18 falls into this one, right? Correct? This is first data to third data. This one is fourth data to 10th data, and so on. So this one, 18 data falls into here, this category, correct? So this is the class, okay, that consists of the median. So this one is a median class. Okay. So L lower boundary means this is the class interval. Lower boundary means this one. Okay. Next, what we need n. N we are told already 36. Then we need F. F is what? Cumulative frequency before the median class. Median class I highlighted. Cumulative before means I'm taking this one, correct? Okay, before. And next, small, this is a lowercase f, means frequency. Frequency of what? Median class. So not this one, it's the frequency. So it's 11. So right here, 11. Okay, what's next? C. C is 10. What is C? So remember, C is the upper boundary minus lower boundary. So it's 59.5 minus 49.5. So you will get 10. This one you can't cheat. Okay? Why? Because if you take 59 minus 50, then you get 9. It's different value. So you are wrong. Okay? Just be careful. So what I do, I have all the stuff. I plug in. Then I get this one, which the answer will be 56.7727. Okay, value is not important. Important is you know what are all of this. Okay. Okay, no problem. No problem. We can move on to the next one. All right. Okay, estimating median using ogive. Okay, this one your teacher should be reading Ogive, or Jive, okay? You can search for the pronunciation, it's Jive, okay? It's very weird to pronounce it, but it's fine. All right, next, we draw upper class boundary against this cumulative frequency. I mean, it should be the other way around, okay? So this upper class boundary as your x-axis, and this one as your y-axis. Then plot the points, okay? Let's say I just plot these points. Let's say this one are my cumulative frequency for that class, okay? Let's say I have one class, so I take the upper boundary already. Then I take the cumulative frequency here, and I plot. Then what do? I join the point smoothly. Smoothly means not this, like a machine, like you just joining points, then you have sharp corner, no such thing, okay? Or jive, you are joining it smoothly. So what I do, I draw some like this one, don't give sharp corner, okay? Rough estimation only. That's why if you want to find median using jive, it's going to be estimation, not calculation, okay? So it's not a rocket science, okay? So I got this one. So let's say for this one, this is n. What do? I find n divided by 2. Because what? Median means what? The middle value. Middle value occurs here. But do I want n divided by 2? No. I want to know the things here. Okay? So this is my median. Okay? Then I find that value, then that's my median. Okay, so this method is used to estimate, not calculate, okay? Because it's not very precise. Alright, next. Using formula is more accurate. Let's do this. Find median by plotting jive. So what do I do first? I have to construct cumulative frequency. Why I have to construct this? Because if I don't construct this, then I can't draw the y value just now, okay? And if I'm given in terms of this interval, then this one will be the class interval because no gap, okay? No gap, no need 20.5 anymore, okay? So this one will be directly your class interval. Okay, 5. Easy lah, this one you can, okay? You can. What is the last one? Just remember, that's your capital N. Okay, I'm gonna need some graphs. So if you can, try to get a piece of graph paper and draw it in your graph paper. Okay, table is provided here so that you can see what am I doing. I'm going to plot the axis first. You can draw on your table. Okay, then what is my values here and values here, and I'm gonna plot the points. This one, why do I plot at 10? Okay, 10 is this one, okay? Then it's going to be 0, right? Because I'm plotting for the upper class boundary. Upper class boundary. Okay? And that's what? Cumulative frequency. Okay? So now 10 is the initial one, so I have to start. So I put the 10 here, and the value will be 0. Because starting right, lower boundary, that's 0. Then the upper boundary will be 20, and frequency will be 5. So this one means it's 5 here. Okay, I am plotting like the real one. 5 is there. You should be able to count right from here to here. If let's say there are 5 squares here, then it should be the 2.5. Okay, then it's that. Okay, then next one is 7. So I'm plotting 12, not 7 now. Okay, cumulative frequency. So it should be increasing one, okay? Because you are plotting not frequency but cumulative. So 1 will be bigger than the previous one. Okay, then you get that. So that's 12. This one you can calculate. It's 1 square, so it means 2 units. Okay, next 24. So you plot there. Then 34, you plot here. Then 40, you plot right at here. So that's your N. Okay? Easy? So if you get an N already, then what do? You go on and plot all this smoothly. Then what do? You want to find n divided by 2. This is n divided by 2. Why n divided by 2? Because median you are finding what? N divided by 2, that's 8. Okay, then you want to find what? You're not finding this one, right? Okay, you're finding the bottom value. You move it down. So median gives you 37. That's simple. Okay, so it's just an estimation. If your graph is like, you compare with your friend's one, and your friend's one, maybe this is slightly higher, slightly lower, then they join it like a little bit curvy, then the amount that you get, the value that you get could be a bit off from your friend's one. Okay, but it's fine. You just stick to your scale. Okay, it won't differ too much. But make sure the scale you try to plot it as precise as possible. The curvy part, it will not affect too much. Okay, so meaning that median is 37. This is how we used to estimate, not calculate median. Estimation of median is 37 for this. Okay, no problem. If there's any problem, please rewind and see what am I doing. Okay, it's very simple, and I do it step by step. It's like I'm drawing on a piece of graph paper like you. Okay, it's the same as what you do in the exam. Okay, all right. Okay, histogram, not Instagram. Okay, it's your histogram and mode. Okay, so for group data, okay, what I can do here, histogram, it looks like what? It looks like this. This is class boundaries, so that's frequency. So you can draw this, like, it doesn't look like Instagram, right? Okay, at all. So this one, don't tell me it's a middle finger, I'll kill you, okay? So this one, what you can do is that this is histogram, okay? Then, let's say this one is the highest frequency, right? You want to find mode. You want to find mode, what do? You cross this, the highest one. Highest one, you cross this one, joining this point and this corner, and also this point and this corner. So what do you think is a mode? The mode is this one. That's it. Very simple. Okay? No problem? I don't think so. I don't think you have any problem. It's very easy. That's why. So your class class interval have to be like 10 to 20, 20 to 30, and so on. Why? You see, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, or else you have like 10 to 19. Then why there's a gap? Then 20 to 29 and so on. No such thing. Your Instagram must be joined. I mean your histogram, okay? So you got this one, right? No problem. Let's try one, okay? Let's try one. The weights and frequency. What do you need to do? You need to construct, tell me what's the class interval. You see, there's a gap here. 50, 51. So you have to write down the class interval, which is 40.5 and 50.5. Okay, that, no problem. Very easy for you, definitely. You can do it without this one, but I think they carry marks, so you should be doing this. Okay, unless the marks provided is just like 1 or 2 marks, then you probably don't need this. Just do the calculation. Okay, next. We put this, and I put the table here. Okay, same thing. Okay, if you have a graph paper, do it now. Okay, do it now. Follow what I'm doing here. Okay. All right. What do you do? 0. This is a class interval, which is here, not here. Okay. Then frequency is there. Just now was what? Upper class boundary and cumulative frequency. Because you are drawing what? The cumulative frequency table and the graph for cumulative frequency. That's all jive. This is what? Okay, this is just plotting this one against class interval. Okay, next. I got this. I'm going to draw Instagram. Okay, just square here. Because first one is 6, not cumulative frequency. You're not going to need that. Okay, 6 until here, ngam ngam. Then 12 until here, ngam ngam. Then 9. Ngam ngam. It's ngam ngam because I set it to be ngam ngam, okay? So it's not all the time it's that nice, okay? You gotta scale it yourself. If you're not comfortable in scaling it properly, what you do, just do the bigger one because you have such a big paper. So you can scale it like 1 unit to 1 unit, it's also fine. The question won't give you 1,000 and so on. Okay? That's fine. So we go on and do this. 3. I'm so talkative, right? Okay, it's fine. You're just going to listen to me. Okay, now you want to find mode. Okay, so what are you going to do? You find the highest frequency, the model class. So this one is the model class. It's a class, not mode. You want to find mode? What do? You cross and cross. Okay, cross and find the x values. And this is also an estimation. Okay, because different people will get different answers, right? Okay, but if you draw it like more accurately, then your answers should be closer. Okay, so if your answer is not too far away from the examiner's one, then you should be getting this. Because they are plotting it using what? Computer. So more precise. You are plotting it using like pen and paper. So it's like slightly off, could be acceptable. 57. Mode is 57 and we are done. Hi everyone. So now I'm going to talk about a little bit of remarks about the things that I have said. Okay, so it's on a group data. So remember this example last time? I keep on mentioning that the class interval is 29.5 to 39.5. Okay, so but the problem is that class interval, the concept is not very important in SPM, and it's also not don't have a very formal definition of a class interval. But I want to mention that when you ask about model class, okay, then your answer for this one should be 50 to 59. You shouldn't be writing 49.5 to 59.5. Okay, this is for SPM purpose, so I'm telling you this one. Okay, so everything that I say here, you must follow this one, okay, strictly. Although you know that our class interval is what? Okay, 39.5 to 39.5 and so on. Okay, alright, then another one that affects is this one. Okay, remember this example, okay, the one that we try to find median by using the formula, the complicated formula over here. Okay, now, again, I will be writing this class interval here. So if you are not writing class interval, it's also fine. But at least this one, what do you call? Lower class boundary. So you, even if you write this one without writing this one, you should be telling me, oh, for this one, this is the lower class boundary and this is the upper class boundary. So these terms are fixed. Okay, even in your SPM, it's also using lower class boundary, upper class boundary. So you need to know that. Okay, hence you see here, this L is a lower class boundary. L is 49.5, this one. Okay, this is one thing that affects. Okay, and what is class midpoint in SPM? Class midpoint, how do you find? You do the working. What you do is 30 plus 39 divided by 2. That's how you find. Okay, it's the same as 39.5 plus 39.5 divided by 2. But I just afraid that you know, your examiners, the one that who marks your exam paper, he might not know that much and so on, or he doesn't know whether it is strictly following 30 plus 39 divided by 2 or not. Okay, so you should follow 30 plus 39 divided by 2 that to find your class midpoint. Okay, but you know, you are not going to show the steps in between because it's just passing adding up two numbers and divide by 2. Then you get answers, so which is 34.5. That one you don't have to show these steps anymore. Okay, so to make it easy for you, you don't calculate this one and show the examiners. Just write down the class midpoint for this one. Class midpoint here is 34.5 and this one is 44.5 without mentioning anything about class, this class, that class and so on. Okay, that's second thing. And also now the last thing here is C. What is C? C is actually the width, okay, the width, and it's not this width, okay, it's actually, okay, if you don't want to take the notation of this class interval, you say the upper boundary minus the lower boundary, because upper boundary and lower boundary, the terms are fixed, so you can use upper boundary minus lower boundary, so it's 10, for this one is 10, not 9, okay, so not 9. These are the things that you need to take care of. Okay, so before exam, make sure you come back to this video and look at what I said again. Okay, so all right, see you.